Yo, what is up YouTube? James Baek here. Welcome back to another episode of VGC 2019 Back Battles. Today we're using the Zygarde team once again with Zygarde, Kyogre, Toxicroak, Serena, Stakataka, and Tornadus Incarnate. Now, if you haven't checked out the previous episodes, I highly recommend doing so. But yeah, I didn't reset my rating. I switched the I traded over these Pokemon from my main card to the stream card I usually use when I stream. And the reason I did this is because I could not find games with this team. It took like 10 minutes, and then I'm like, okay, if I'm not finding a game within 10 minutes, trading over, might as well, right? So, yeah, I mean, it would have taken the same time. I reset my rating anyway, so, you know, it, like, doesn't really matter to me. So, yeah, we're currently going, and if I'm not mistaken, right now, because I just recorded the last episode, was like half an hour ago. So, basically, with this team, it's number one on the US ladder, because I think I passed the number one guy. I think his rating was like 1784. We were 1782, and then we won a game. So I'm pretty sure we passed, and we ended up going number one on the ladder, US ladder at least. We don't surpass Japan, because I don't know how they find games at 1800 when I can't even find games in like the high 1600s. I don't know how that's possible. I don't know how. Maybe it's just you fight a lot of Japanese players when they're playing, and yeah, you can end up finding games, but I can never find games when I play. I just can never find games when I play. But yeah, so the team feels really good. I really am liking the 1000 Waves. I mean, there were some games we probably should have lost. I feel like it was either my opponent misplaying, or we got a little bit lucky. But I think it's mostly just because I feel like my opponents have been misplaying, and I have definitely misplayed some end games. There were definitely some moments where I probably could have just won the game, but I just got, you know, a bit lucky with the, I guess I technically is a bit lucky because my opponents just kind of threw the game away. But oh man, if we can't find a game on when we're 1500, when we should be finding games pretty quickly, yeah, there might be no hope. But I think we're just gonna cut it out so we can find the first game. We'll be right back with the first game of today's episode. Alright, we got Pikachu from the United States, 1480 rating as our first opponent. But okay, it's the XY team. If I remember right, the QR code of this team, I believe Preston, who ended up getting top 8 at the Dallas Regional Championship. This should be the QR code if I remember the order that the team was in. Okay, so we're getting XY. This matchup's a bit awkward, I want to say. I mean, we did face like an XY in a previous, but like, yeah, again, Stakataka is really good here. Like, if we can get Stakataka in a good position, it's really good. Don't know if Landers comes, because Landers is actually a pretty good Pokemon against my team, but I'm not too sure. I think that it's the same game plan, though, of what I really want to do is Toxicroak plus Zygarde with Kyogre and Stakataka again. The Amoonguss is going to be annoying to deal with, but if I can trap the Amoonguss in with my Zygarde, like, I could ignore the Amoonguss and bring out my Stakataka. My Stakataka can pick up Mons one by one, so that wouldn't be too bad, I guess. Tornadus isn't a bad Pokemon either, because I could taunt the Xerneas and go for a Z Hurricane. But since it's probably Assault vs Yveltal, since it was Assault vs Yveltal, and I'm guessing this is the right QR code team, like I'm mentioning, really, it wouldn't be that great to bring the Z Hurricane, because it does do a lot of damage. I'm not sure if it knocks out Landers, actually. If it does, that's not bad, but yeah, I'd definitely rather go at Toxicroak, Zygarde. Again, it's going to be about trapping here, and that's kind of one of the things I like about the Zygarde. I know the Landers doesn't have U-turn, which is helpful. And yeah, the main Pokemon I kind of want to trap in are Feeny, the Xerneas, so yeah, there are going to be quite a few things here. I don't think Icy Wind breaks my sub either, which is actually pretty nice here. So I could maybe just sub up immediately and go for a Fake Out. I can't remember how fast the Feeny was though, so that is a little bit problematic, but yeah, the Feeny doesn't really offer too much pressure, but it does threaten a, you know, just Nature's Madness being annoying with Heal Pulse. We're going to see the... Okay, we're going to see the Yveltal lead straight away. Okay, I lead Zygarde here. And I could probably just Fake Out and sub. I don't think you sport a Toxicroak. You could, I guess, if you want to, but I don't really think you do here. I think you try to sport a Zygarde, so I'm going to Fake Out and substitute right away. I think it is a better play. And if we do get it, it's like really nice in turn 1 in general. So we'll get a Fake Out off into the Yveltal. We'll sub here. If you sport a Toxicroak, great play, but I don't think it really hurts me too much here, as I just got a free sub up. Yeah, perfect. Perfect. Nice. Okay. So we got that free substitute up. We can go for 1,000 arrows. We could also assume the Yveltal might want to attack the Zygarde. I think that'd be fine too. I could also just 1,000 waves here, which wouldn't be too bad. How much do I need my Toxicroak? I don't really need it in this matchup. Because it was just supposed to be for Elite Xerneas just in case, but... You know what I'll do? I'll go for the, I guess I'll go for the low kick, actually, because it might double up my, I think low sweep is the play, actually. Yeah, low sweep is actually better than low kick here. And 1,000 arrows to drag the Yveltal down here. Because what I want to do, foul play immediately. Okay. So it's a foul play into the Zygarde. So, could have probably just went for the 1,000. I could have just went for a protect there and went for the low kick, which is kind of annoying because I would have just been able to get a lot of free damage into the Yveltal. We get a good amount to the Mungus. It's a critical hit, that's why. We will low sweep the Yveltal, so it will be slower than my Zygarde, which is pretty important. And now I can 1,000 Waste Trap my opponent if I want to. Let's see if you're going to Spore the Zygarde again. Oh, he Spored a Toxicroak. Okay, that works out. That's fine. I mean, if my opponent's not doing anything with the Yveltal, I'm still in a really good position regardless. I could just go for a low kick attempt here and a sub, I think. Or I could just protect. Like, I have a few options. I think I'd rather sub here because he might try to Oblivion Wing. So I think I'm just going to go for the low kick in the Yveltal and attempt to sub here because of the fact that if I can get that substitute up with the Zygarde, I think it'd be really good here. I'm not sure if he would foul play, but you're going to switch out the Amoonguss actually into the Landers. Okay, so good play on my opponent's side. I will get Intimidate off onto both my Pokemon, although the damage isn't really necessary with my team. It's just getting into a good position here, and I weakened the Yveltal quite a bit here. So let's see, we will sub up here. As we'll see the Toxicroak stay asleep and Yveltal Oblivion Wing, or is it going to go? Yeah, it's Oblivion Wing here into the Toxicroak. Yeah. Kind of hurts, but not too bad of a spot. Oh, it gets a critical hit. The crit's actually annoying because like that's extra healing that the Yveltal just got for free, and that's actually really bad for me. Huh. But if you Earthquake here, which is the weird part, if you Earthquake here, you hit your own Yveltal, so I'm not sure if you are going to do that, so I think we'll just go for the low kick and a 1,000 Waste Trap. Yeah, because I don't need my sub specifically. I'm just going to 1,000 Waste to trap in the Yveltal. We are going to see Earthquake. My opponent does know that the Yveltal is grounded, so that's perfect here. So I am going to be able to get 8,000 waves off into the Yveltal here. If I can knock out the Landers and the Yveltal at the same time, this like is so perfect for me. So I do want this chip damage into the Yveltal, so we will go for 1,000 waves. It doesn't affect the Landers right here because it is still flying, so that's unfortunate for me. But we will trap in the Yveltal here, and it's in Water Spout range, which is really nice here. This is foul play once again, which is fine. So that does an okay amount. I don't think I'm gonna be complete for him, which is the unfortunate part, but that's still okay here because we get to go Kyogre and we get to click Water Spout right here, and I think just substitute up. Like, the unfortunate part is Xerneas could get a free. You could Sucker Punch here if you have Sucker Punch. Go for Sucker Punch here, but I think that I'd still be able to knock out the Yveltal here at the range it's at. The problem is you could just switch into Amoonguss here, but I'm just going to Water Spout sub because I think that's the best play I possibly have. Because if you bring out the Amoonguss, I could always go Stack Attacka, which wouldn't be the worst case scenario. So we'll go for the Water Spout. We'll go for the sub. You should always Sucker Punch here, but you're not saving your Landorus. Oh, do you? Why do they always crit? That crit allows Landorus to live. Well, that's unfortunate. Without that crit, you know what this game was? It was me knocking out the Landorus. I'm not sure if I knocked out the Yveltal realistically, but if I knocked out the Landorus, I'm pretty sure the last Pokemon's Xerneas. Stack Attack just won. Ah, I gotta love Pokemon. It's gonna be an attack into the Kyogre. That's just so dumb. I'm gonna have to play a 50-50. I'm gonna have to go for 1,000 arrows into the Landers here. Or predict if it protects. And if it protects, I want to go for Trick Room. That's just a really dumb thing that happened, man. That's a really dumb thing that happened. Oh, well, we get complete form. It's still not the best situation for me. I mean, I'm gonna make the protect play, I think, because I have to. If I don't get it, at least I get to go for a double potentially. But man, that's just so dumb. That's realistically so dumb. Your best play, I think, is to go in Amoonguss here and just attempt to sucker punch the Zygarde. Because I always have to attack with Zygarde here, I think. The smart play is to go Amoonguss, but I gotta go for Thousand Arrows, I think. Landerson protects, so at least I am going to be able to get rid of these Pokemon, it looks like. Unless it's Oblivion Wing, but I don't think it's going to be the case. Sucker Punch does go into Yveltal. Will it break the sub? Probably does, yeah. Which is fine. Earthquake going to come out. Still, it's a complicated game. Okay, really didn't do that much to Zygarde. Knocks out the Yveltal, so it's a single target Thousand Arrows, so that should guarantee the knockout into the Landorus, which is good. Man. Alright. Get rid of Landorus, which is the important part. There's no Kartana on this team, so we're still in a pretty good shape. Amoonguss plus Feeny would actually be really annoying as the last two, because there'd be recovery, and I can't really beat Amoonguss. Well, I can beat Amoonguss, but the problem is, like, I can't get immediate, like, a lot of damage into Amoonguss. I can chip it, but, like, can't really immediately damage it. Oh, it is a Feeny, actually. Okay. Nature's Madness in the Grass Snot is a concern here. This is so frustrating. Okay. I mean, I always have to Gyro Ball here. I get a good Gyro Ball in a Feeny, and I think I always just go for the 1,000 waves here. I mean, it doesn't matter if I 1,000 arrows or 1,000 waves. What looks cooler? It's just 1,000 waves anyway. This Feeny has some investment, so it's going to be taking a max. Oh, you might just power up my Gyro Ball even more. And that actually helps against the Amoonguss, so I'll definitely take this. Especially since I don't think Zygarde should be knocked out to another Icy Wind. I don't think it's in Grass Knot range, but I can't be saying for certain here. We'll get a 1,000 waves off. We'll just get a bit of chip into Feeny because I want to hope that this double 1,000 waves in the Gyro Ball might be able to knock out the Feeny. Which is hopeful, which is very hopeful. I'm actually surprised it wasn't the Nature's Madness immediately. It's a Grass not going to come out into the Zygarde, so maybe expecting a Protect from the... Okay, maybe expecting a Protect from the Stakataka, as we will be able to get Gyro Ball off. And we just proc it into Barry. I can't target the Amoonguss either because the Feeny could just Heal Pulse, which is why I'm always targeting on the Feeny. I think I got a Trick Room here. Yeah, I'm going to Trick Room here. And protect my Zygarde. You should always just Nature's Madness Grass, not my Stakataka. But I'm just covering in case you do mess up and go for an Icy Wind here. It is a Nature's Madness, does target on a Stakataka. I'm going to have to flinch the Amoonguss at least once, I think. Which is so dumb here. Oh, target's on the Zygarde, which is questionable. We will be able to get a Trick Room up. Now we go for the flinches. We go for the flinches. I love those recoveries actually healing a pretty big amount actually. But I don't think we'll live the next Grass Knot, but we always Rock Slide here. I guess just 1,000 waves here. Okay. Still surprised my opponent hasn't targeted down the Stakataka, but that's alright. We do connect our Rock Slides, which is good. Amoonguss does flinch, which is helpful. We do get the 1,000 waves off. So we should be able to knock out the Feeny next turn. Okay, that might be able to seal up the game. Yeah, it's another Nature's Madness, which is perfect. Okay. Into the Stakataka. The Feeny shouldn't protect. You can't Rage Powder here because of the... I do have Goggles. If you Rage Powder, I'm fine. I don't know if Gyro Ball knocks out Amoonguss, especially since I was hit by an Icy Wind, but I don't think we risk it here. How many turns of Misty Tornado left? Okay, we have enough. Okay. We'll go for Gyro Ball, and then 1,000 waves will be single target. We should have this game locked up thanks to that flinch now. So we got a little bit of justice as we will be able to knock out the Feeny with the Gyro Ball. So we do knock out the Feeny. Get a Beast Boost. And Grass Knot should not knock out either one of my Pokemon. So Grass Knot will come. Well, it will knock out Suck Attack at the range. Yeah, for sure. But my Zygarde is pretty healthy now. And yeah, that should be fine. Able to get 1,000 waves off. Into the Amoonguss. Yeah, it doesn't knock out, but it's basically close enough. I don't think a crit grass knot will knock out my Zygarde at the range it's at now. It'd be really close, but if I protect here and the Misty Terrain ends, and then my opponent can go for Spore endgame, and if I get 3 turns, I'm screwed, so I'm just going to go for the 1,000 Waves. Grass knot will come out into the Zygarde slot. I need Zygarde to live. Yeah, a crit Grass knot doesn't look like it would have knocked out, and we will be able to take the game. So a lot closer than I think it had to be. The crit definitely sucked on the Ogre because my opponent just... Yeah, I think just giving me your Landers was definitely poor, I think. Like, literally, give me the... Basically, giving me the Landers, potentially, would have just lost you the game. You had the option to protect. You had the option to switch out. Your Landers wasn't trapped in your Yveltal was. Landers could have switched out there, could have went into a Moongus, could have just... Or even a Feeny, even. You could have just protected, so... Yeah. Really surprised about how that game played out, but luckily we were able to pull through. Thankfully to a rock slide flinch after getting crit. That's what I had to go for in that position, and luckily, yeah, we were able to come through. Also, like, the fact is, I think my opponent just went for the Nature's Madness into the Nature's Madness and a Grass on immediately into Stuck Attack. It would have been better for my opponent, but I mean, yeah. I mean, I guess my opponent was worried about Zygarde being a bit too healthy because, like, the Leto's recovery is actually being a lot, so Amoonguss probably wouldn't have been able to knock out the Zygarde, and I could have stalled it out, potentially 1v1. Because I'm pretty sure sub, it would have taken 2 Grass Knots to break the sub, so, like, yeah, it would have been really complicated for my opponent to actually break through the Zygarde. But that game was a little bit more complicated than I thought. I did not want to start off back-to-back battles with a negative rating. We got Tofu, though, as our next opponent with the team of Incineroar, Volcarona, Amoonguss, Xerneas, Tapu Koko, Ground. If I remember right, this is Palchua. If I remember right, I think this is Palchua. Oh, so we got Palchua here. Okay. Let's get this, because I think this is Palchua, if I remember right. Incineroar, Volcarona, Amoonguss, Tapu Koko, Xerneas, Groudon. I remember this team because I've seen him play with this team before on Showdown. I don't see what he had. If I remember right, he's like Firium. Oh, wait, isn't it Salvest Tapu Koko? I'm pretty sure it's the Salvest Tapu Koko, actually. Which makes this complicated because I can't knock it out with Water Spout. I think I always go Tornadus. Tornadus plus the Kyogre, get Zygarde and Stack Attack in the back. If I can knock out the Groudon, that's amazing for me, and I think that's what I'm going to go for. At least what's the positive note is if it's a Assault Vest on the Tapu Koko, it can't exactly knock out my Kyogre in one shot, if I remember right. If it was Firium Z on the Volcarona. Because I think it was like, what, Firium, Overheat, Tailwind, Whirlwind, Protect. We're gonna see the Xerneas and Amoonguss come out, which is fine. So we can go for a few things. There's a taunt Water Spout that could come out here. I could Rain Dance if I expect the Amoonguss to switch out into Groudon, which is kind of likely, actually. I think a Water Spout Hurricane would be fine too. I just don't want Xerneas to protect and then Amoonguss to go for Spore, and it'd be really south for me. But if you Geomancy here and getting Groudon, I'm in a bad position, right? But I think I gotta call a 50-50 here. I think I'd rather Rain Dance Water Spout. Yeah, because if Groudon comes out, I might as well just Rain Dance Water Spout. Because I'm really worried about the Amoonguss switching on to Groudon. But we're going to see Xerneas switch out as that Groudon, because that'd be fine too. Okay, that's perfect, actually. Okay, I'll gladly take that. I'll gladly take that. That's a free Water Spout into my opponent's team. I can Hurricane the Amoonguss the following turn, and then I could get Stack Attack in. So, okay. Actually surprised my opponent didn't go for the Protect play, but I understand why he didn't go for the Protect play, because I thought that Groudon might come out here because he might try to live Water Spout and a Hurricane. And also the fact, like, you could have risked me missing Hurricane with the Sun. So, yeah, that works out beautifully as I am able to knock out the Groudon here and put the Amoonguss in range of Hurricane now. So, that's perfect. Able to knock out the Groudon. Spore is going to come out here. Oh, Grass Knot, actually. Wasn't even Spore. That helps me even more. Maybe just to cover the taunt play if I taunted the Amoonguss immediately, so that does make a lot of sense. But this is perfect here. Xerneas is going to come out, which is fine, but now I get to go for a Hurricane into the Amoonguss, and I could Water Spout here. I could switch in a Stakataka immediately, which wouldn't be too bad either. I think I want to go for, or I could Z Hurricane the. I could have also Z Hurricane the Amoonguss actually. Actually, wait, Z Hurricane and a Water Spout. Oh, the reason I didn't do that though is because of the Groudon. Okay, so I mean, what do I want to do here? I kind of want just gonna go for the Hurricane here. I could also Z Hurricane the Xerneas, but I think just a Hurricane, just going for the Hurricane into the Amoonguss is fine. And getting a Water Spout damage off in the Xerneas. Amoonguss is going to Rage Powder here, which is no surprise. So I'm able to knock out the Amoonguss here and get some chip damage in the Xerneas to put in guaranteed range Gyro Ball from Sakataka, which is completely okay here. So we will be able to get a bit of chip into the Xerneas. And I know exactly how I want to play this endgame now. Oh! It's a Cobra Berry on the Amoonguss, huh? Oh, that actually lives. I should have Z'd. Still okay of a situation though. We're gonna see the Xerneas go for an attack here, which is completely okay. Does this make the match more complicated? Maybe. I didn't expect it to be Cobra Berry on it, so yeah, this definitely made it. I'm actually surprised it also took it as well as it did. I guess I could just Tailwind immediately and switch in sack Zygarde here, and that's what I'm gonna do. That is my best play here, and I'm definitely gonna go for it. So we'll sack the Zygarde here and the Tornadus. We'll get Tailwind up. We're gonna see the Amoonguss retreat. Is that the Incineroar? Good play on my opponent's side. Still a complicated game actually. It's still a very complicated game because I'm actually not sure if I can beat down Amoonguss plus Incineroar. This end game kind of faltered. I should have Z-moved. Yeah, I should have Z-moved. I shouldn't have preserved the Z-move because I didn't need to save the Z-move to win the game. So we're going to see Dazzling Gleam. That should knock out both my Pokemon. I think I messed this up really big. So I always Scald here. No, I always Scald the Incineroar. I don't need to Origin Pulse the Xerneas. I mean, you're just gonna fake out Kyogre, Gleam here, and then you're. Yeah, I think I'm screwed actually. Man, I had turn 1 perfect, and then I messed up by not going for the Z move because the Cobra Berry caught me really off guard. I should have went for Z Hurricane. If I went for Z Hurricane, that was a mistake. Yeah, I should have probably assumed a fact of Cobra Berry, but I didn't expect it to actually have a Cobra Berry. We'll Scald here. We Gyro Ball. We're gonna have to get lucky with some Rock Slides, I think. You always fake out the Oh, you fake out Sakataka. Are you going for 2 Moonblasts in the Stakataka maybe? We do get a Scald off in Incineroar. Oh, you might be going for 2 Moonblasts in the Stakataka. Alright, so Incineroar goes down. Or are you Gleaming? No, Gleam makes sense too, because you fake out Gleam there, and then you get a Amoonguss in, and then you just click Moonblast, push Grass Knot, and that's the game. I would have needed either a... I guess I had to protect Sakataka, but like I didn't see a reason why he wouldn't just fake out Gleam there, because I think he just won with Amoonguss. Oh, Amoonguss was a lot lower than I expected actually. Oh, right, because he switched out. I thought he had health. Also, Origin Pulse really didn't matter unless I crit the Xerneas, so I don't think Origin Pulse was... I had to protect Sakataka in order for a chance, and then I had to trick him up and then hope I got Rock Slide flinches. That was the out. Well played to Paul, though. I screwed up this end games. I'm so mad at myself for not going for Z Hurricane, dude. Z Hurricane would have won. Like, this was actually just a really rookie mistake. Always assume, and I always tell people, and I always tell myself as well, always go for a play that doesn't lose you the game. And I had no reason not to just Z Hurricane the Amoonguss, so... good game to Paul. I'm still really mad. I think I had the game locked if I just clicked Z Hurricane. That was just so bad. I thought Water Spout and Hurricane would have even got it, even with that Cobra Berry, but then the Cobra Berry was revealed, and then it was like, oh, it lived on like a sliver. Oh well. I think we had a good shot. We'll go for one more, I guess, because I don't know what we're at, because like Battle Spot took quite a while to find the game, so at least we're still positive, but hopefully we can pick up a last win. I'm just so mad. We had that game. We got Tyler though from the United States, Idaho, 1563 rating as our last opponent. Bring a Palkia team? Why does this look familiar? It looks familiar to me. It looks like the Torn Ogre team. No, it looks like a mixture of like Wolf's team with a Gengar over the top of Coco. Yeah, that's what it reminds me of. How does this beat Yveltal? I'm curious on how this beats Yveltal. Well, my opponent doesn't beat Toxicroak. That's one positive. Toxicroak will literally win this game, so I just gotta preserve the Toxicroak well enough. Toxicroak, Serena's pretty helpful. Kyogre's decent because it helps against the stack attacker, and then Zygarde. I could also bring Torn. I'm not sure how good Torn is. I mean, the Zimu's nice for the Palkia, but I'm pretty sure it's a fast Kyogre, probably Choice Scarf. So yeah, it's probably hard to say. I mean, I don't see a reason not to just lead Toxicroak. I feel like you might lead Gengar plus Palkia. I think I'm actually going to lead Zygarde. The reason I'm going to lead Zygarde is because I feel like Thousand Waves trapping in some useless Pokemon would be really good for my team. So we'll see how this goes. I'm not exactly too sure. Also, I got to watch out if it's like a random Zen Headbutt on the Serena, which is an option I actually ran back on my Tornadus team when I used a Gengar Serena variant of Zernoger with Tornadus. Because it was like for Toxicroak specifically, and I just don't know how you beat Toxicroak otherwise with this team, other than chipping it away. But it's like really hard to chip it away, so we'll see how this goes. I gotta watch out for Serena if it is the case. I might even have to scout for it if that's possible, but I'm not exactly sure. I don't know. It's kind of hard because you want like every move, right? We're gonna see the Palkia plus Incineroar, which is okay here. I could probably just fake out the Palkia and switch hard into my Kyogre because the Incineroar would be threatened afterward. I could also just fake out the Incineroar and Protect, which wouldn't be that bad of a play. But I could also go Serena here, potentially. But I don't want to take a Hydro Vortex and see the Kyogre come out, so... Might be better just to get the damage on Palkia, though. Because every damage on Palkia matters. I think I'm going to low kick actually to Palkia and go hard into Kyogre. Because like Hydro Vortex damage isn't like too bad into my Ogre. Yeah, I think this is definitely worth. Because I don't think you would fake out my Toxicroak. You would fake out my Zygarde if anything. And I don't know if you wouldn't fake out. I think you might U-turn actually. Maybe fake out. Or I feel like it's a fake out or hard switch. We're going to get Kyogre in. Maybe Flare Blitz here, but I'm still not sure about that. I know Spatial Run and Flare Blitz shouldn't knock out my Toxicroak at least. Let's see Fake Out into the Toxicroak. And the sub, I don't get that play actually. Because what if I just faked out your Palkia and went for like anything with my Zygarde? You would have been a lot of trouble. So I'm actually really surprised about that play. I mean, it's alright for me here. I just Thunder. I kind of want to raw Thunder the Incineroar because I think it's switching out into the Kyogre. You shouldn't stay in with Incineroar. What'd come out though? It could be Serena coming out though. So maybe just doubling up the Palkia slot is better, and I'm gonna double the Palkia slot. Lock myself into Thunder is more useful because I think Incineroar should always 100% switch out if you have a Serena or a Kyogre in the back. Should always come out here. The only problem with that play is like I just don't think you can lose Incineroar, but the thing is, my opponent's actually risking these. I don't think it's worth risking. Oh well, it's still fine because I'll be able to get a lot of damage into Palkia, and I don't think my opponent can knock out unless he double up the Kyogre slot specifically with Spatial Run and a knockoff, but you target my Toxicroak. Which I'll live. Yeah, I should live Flare Blitz in the rain, so we got a low kick off. That's good damage. Knockoff gonna come out into the Kyogre. I don't get that play. I mean, this works out for me specifically because now I'm gonna be able to get a low kick off into the Palkia once again to put in range of Feint, and I'm gonna go for Scald into the Incineroar because I have that chance. I guess you could Hydro Vortex to Kyogre and might be able to pick up the knockout that range, but I get the Palkia into range where I want, so it wouldn't be too bad. I'm just very confused right now on how my opponent's been playing, but still not the worst spot. We'll go for a Scald. We'll go for a low kick. Yeah, I mean, I don't see a reason not to again. Like, all my plays have been safe so far, and my opponent's been playing super aggressive so far, and I don't know, I feel like it's such an unnecessary risk. We're gonna see the Palkia finally retreat into the Serena. I mean, that's fine. It's still taking a low kick, which isn't too bad. Let's see if it's a double switch. No, just sacking your Incineroar here. Oh, we didn't knock out. Oh, it's Assault Vest, it looks like. Assault Vest on the Incineroar. Okay, we got a low kick off. U-turn gonna come out. Okay. Into my Kyogre. I really want to know if that's Zen Headbutt on the Serena. Like, I really want to know if that's Zen Headbutt on the Serena. Palkia gonna come back out. I mean, Kyogre kind of did its job. We already got the damage in Incineroar we kind of needed. So I'm wondering if it's worth saving the Kyogre or not. I definitely want to scout for the Zen Headbutt though. But I don't think I have a choice. I think I always go for the low kick into the Palkia slot, and I always just go back into Serena. I gotta risk Zen Headbutt here. I think I gotta risk Zen Headbutt here. If it's Zen Headbutt, like, it would have been really hard for me to win this game regardless, because I really don't have the best ways to touch Serena other than Poison Jab on the Toxicroak. But if it's Zen Headbutt, it should have speed on the Serena to outspeed Toxicroak. So yeah, that wouldn't really help me too much. I see Spatial Rend come out, and the Serena did attack here, so if it's Zen Headbutt, because I don't have Ice Beam on the Kyogre, is a Zen Headbutt. Might be Assault. Wait, it's not Assault Vest. Okay, we get a low kick off. What's in Feint range? Okay, it's just a U-turn, which is fine. Probably Serena. Probably shouldn't knock out. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Because Incineroar can't really come out. It'll just feint to a low kick plus a. I guess you could switch. Well, Serena makes me feel like I shouldn't go for a feint into the Palkia because of priority and how it works. I mean, I'm fine with losing Serena, I think. Yeah, I think I'm fine with losing Serena. Let's see what comes out here. It's a Gengar, actually, so. Huh. Made this interesting. Still don't see how you break through Toxicroak. I mean, we pretty much put everything in range to where I want it to be. My Zygarde can clean up the game now. Would you switch into Serena? It might be a bit of a hassle. I mean, I really don't need Serena in this game anymore. I think I'm just gonna U-turn the Gengar and just Poison Jab the Palkia. Cause yeah, Serena coming out. Oh, Incineroar actually. Which is fine too. I wonder if Poison Jab actually knocks out because we're like a -2. Again, I still don't see how my opponent breaks through the Toxicroak. It's a Z move. It's a Ghostium, okay. Even if it's Ghostium, I don't know how much that does to Toxicroak. I mean, that's gonna put me in chip range to where maybe a Neverending Nightmare or another Shadow Ball or a Spatial Run would knock out, but I'm not sure. It targets my Toxicroak, which is fine. I mean, yeah, I still live it pretty comfortably. We're gonna get a U-turn off into the Gengar. I thought it was gonna be set. What's the Palkia item then? Is it just double Z on this team? I mean, we always go Zygarde here. We should have one Spatial Rend from the Palkia, which is really good here. Poison Jab gonna come out. If we don't knock out, it's actually not that bad either. We don't knock out, which is actually pretty good. Rain stops. I mean, just go Serena here. And click 1000 Waves. What's my opponent at? With Palkia is like super low. Serena is still reasonably healthy. Yeah, 1000 Waves. I mean, I don't have a reason to 1000 arrows in the first place. There's no flying type mon, so I could just 1000 Waves here. I wonder if that means it has Destiny Bond on the Gengar, but I don't like if I get rid of Gengar, I think Toxicroak plus my Kyogre can just win the game. So we'll see what comes out here. Gonna go Serena here, which will deny Fake Out. Yeah, Fake Out into Zygarde. Yep. And Shadow Ball. Yep, it's gonna target on Serena. Yep. Okay, perfect. I don't know if 1000 Waves knocks out the Gengar, but if it does, like, we just seal this up. If we do get 1000 Waves off, it will connect with both of my opponent's Pokemon. And knock out the Gengar, which is nice. Okay. That's pretty good. We can go out into our Toxicroak, or we could go Ogre. I kind of want to go... I can go Toxicroak, but I think it's better just to go Ogre. Actually, no, it's better to go I'm trying to think. I think it was better to actually go Toxicroak and then double out on Ogre, because I think this is actually still a complicated game. Because it's really going to come down to some things. One, what does a Pocket go for here? If you Spatial Rend, I mean, it's not going to knock out my Zygarde. It is going to knock out my Kyogre. I mean, I think the play is always to Scald the Serena and attempt for a burn anyway. Because I might as well just get reliable damage on Serena to put in range of Poison Jab, and I think I always just 1000 Waves. Let's just go for the 1000 Waves anyway. I think I can still win the game with just Zygarde alone. It's a bit more complicated, but we'll see here. Yeah, as the Palkia protects here. I think it's going to come down to the Spatial and knock out the Toxicroak at this range. Just Scald. That's a good amount, actually. No burn. 1000 Waves. Like, here's the thing. I had to predict whether Palkia would go for Spatial Rend. I could have switched out my Zygarde into Toxicroak to get a bit of a residual recovery, but I don't feel like that was too effective there. It's Power Whip. Yeah, it does connect. You target down my Zygarde? I mean, now I just double up the Palkia and hope you don't go for a double protect and get it. Because you could have just trapped me in. Okay, maybe my opponent forgot how low my Toxicroak was. Again, I'm really, like, these games have been, like, I think Choke City for a lot of games. We're going to go for 1000 Arrows. We're going to go for Thunder. Because I don't get... You could even went for, like, Healthy Hand Spatial Rend if you want to knock out the Zygarde. We're going to see Spatial Rend come out. It will knock out my Zygarde, which is fine because Zygarde goes down. I get rid of your Palkia, and now you can't win against my Toxicroak unless it's a speed tie and you win it. So we will go for a Thunder into the Palkia. Yes, Palkia goes down here. And yeah, that should be the good game. This Power Whip is going to come out into my Kyogre. You see, the thing is, I was expecting the Power Whip into Kyogre the last turn. Because he already knocked off, you already saw his Choice Scarf. So you should assume I don't have Protect. Then Toxicroak would have been forced to come in. And then you go for the Spatial Rend and hope you hit it and knock out the Toxicroak. Which at the range it was at, I think it would have been able to have been enough, but I'm not exactly too 100% sure. I'm pretty sure it would have. But yeah, I think that was your play. You could even went for Helping Hand Spatial Rend and it would have worked out. But then again, it was going to be Serena and Zygarde, I think, 1v1, and that was like the complicated part. Because if you miss a few power-ups, I just win the game, I think. As we are able to outspeed, knock out the Serena with Poison Jab, and that's going to be a good game. So, not the proudest episode, I think. Again, I'm still kind of upset about choking that game 2 against Paul. Again, just the Hurricane would have just won the game. Should have just went for it, because I don't think there's like... The only reason I would save it potentially is because if I could get out the following turn, is there any attempts to go for the Protect. And Amoonguss tries to go for a Spore attempt into my Tornadus, but I might as well just go for the Z Hurricane anyway, just to ensure I get to knock out Amoonguss, because... With that Amoonguss gone, I'm pretty sure Sakataka wins the game, barring a crit, or the Incineroar actually has a fighting type attack, which is super rare anyway. So, yeah, that's gonna be it though. In this game, I feel like my opponent plays super aggressive immediately, unnecessary aggression. Well, I guess you don't call it unnecessary aggression anymore because like my opponent didn't have. Wait, my opponent was supposed to switch out the Palkia, no, the Incineroar. Get Serena, and then you had the Gengar. I mean, Serena was a switch in. I guess since you didn't have Kyogre, you couldn't switch in for it, but I feel like Serena would have been an okay switch regardless. But I I guess maybe my opponent was like, I'll survive one attack because I do have the assault vest. I don't know, but getting that damage off was super helpful actually to me in general, because it just put in range of my Toxicroak, and like Incineroar would have been great damage dealing to my Toxicroak and just save it for dealing with the Toxicroak later in the game. But I hope everyone enjoyed today's episode of VGC 2019 Back to Battles. You can go check it out in the description down below. Some other stuff that I have, like my social media, Twitter, Twitch, and Instagram accounts. You can follow me on those accounts, as well as you can check out my Patreon page if you want to go that extra mile in supporting my content. Otherwise, you can support this video by just leaving a like on the video, as well as sharing this video with your friends, as well as leaving a comment down below. Otherwise, I think that is pretty much it for me. Yeah. Otherwise, that's pretty much it for me. You can check out the page spin of this team down below, as well as the playlist of these videos. Otherwise, that's it. Thank you all for tuning in. Have a great day. And until we battle again, I'll catch you all later.